We stand at a precipice in human history. It's honestly a moment unlike any other. Behind us lies a long, slow climb of evolution and discovery, a journey measured in millennia. Ahead of us, though, lies a future that may unfold in mere decades or even years. This future is being forged not by flesh and bone, but by silicon and code. We call it artificial intelligence. It is the quest to build a mind in a machine, a mind that can learn, reason, and perhaps one day dream. This is not just another tool. It is not like the wheel or the printing press. It is a mirror reflecting our own intelligence, and a window into a reality we are only just beginning to comprehend. The choices we make today, on this day, June 20th, 2025, will ripple through the coming century, shaping the very definition of what it means to be alive. Why does this matter so much? Why does this nascent technology command our attention, our hopes, and our fears? Because artificial intelligence promises to be the ultimate problem solver. It could help us cure diseases that have plagued us for generations. It could unlock the secrets of clean, limitless energy. It might even help us reach for the stars and understand our place in the cosmos. But with this great promise comes great responsibility. The power to create is also the power to destroy. The intelligence we are building could one day surpass our own. How we guide its growth, how we teach it our values, will determine whether this new dawn brightens our world or casts it into shadow. The journey into the age of AI is a story we are all a part of. It's not just for scientists in their labs or programmers in their offices. It affects every single one of us. It is changing how we work, how we communicate, how we live our daily lives. The recommendations on our screens, the navigation in our cars, the medical diagnostics in our hospitals. These are the first whispers of a much larger conversation. We are teaching the machines, and in return, they are beginning to teach us. This is a story of creation, of partnership, and of profound change, and it is a story that is only just beginning to be written. We are the authors of this first chapter. As we look toward the horizon, we see a future filled with wonder and uncertainty. We are like ancient mariners setting sail into an uncharted ocean. We have our maps, our theories, and the stars of our own ingenuity to guide us. But we do not know what new continents of discovery or what powerful storms await. The only thing we know for certain is that the voyage is underway. It is a journey that will test our wisdom, our courage, and our humanity. It is a journey that will ultimately reveal as much about ourselves as it does about the incredible thinking machines we are striving to create. To understand where we are going, we must first understand where we are. The path to a true thinking machine is not a single leap. It's a climb with 3 distinct levels. Each one represents a monumental shift in capability and power. The first level is where we are today. We call it artificial narrow intelligence, or ANI. Think of it as a specialist. An ANI is incredibly good at one specific task. The AI that can defeat a grandmaster at chess is an ANI. The algorithm that suggests your next movie is an ANI. The system that can identify a specific type of cancer cell in a medical scan is an ANI. They are powerful, they are useful, but they are limited. They operate within the narrow confines we have set for them. They do not think or reason outside of their programming. The next step on this ladder is the one that captures our imagination. It is the stuff of science fiction and the goal of countless researchers around the world. We call it artificial general intelligence, or AGI. This would be an AI with the ability to understand, learn, and apply its intelligence to solve any problem, much like a human being. An AGI could write a poem, compose a symphony, design a building, or conduct a scientific experiment with the same ease and creativity as a person. It would not be a specialist, but a generalist. It would possess common sense, the ability to reason abstractly, and the capacity to learn from experience across a wide range of domains. This is the true turning point, the moment a machine could be said to think in the way we do. The final and most speculative step is called Artificial Superintelligence, or ASI. This is a concept that is both awe-inspiring and humbling. An ASI would be an intellect that is vastly smarter than the best human minds in practically every field. Not just a little smarter, but incomprehensibly so. Its intelligence would exceed ours in the same way that our intelligence exceeds that of an ant. An ASI could solve problems that are currently beyond our grasp in minutes. It could invent new fields of science, create art of unimaginable beauty, and unlock the deepest mysteries of the universe. The emergence of ASI would be the most significant event in human history. It would represent a new form of existence on our planet. Understanding these three stages is crucial. They are not just technical terms. They are markers on our journey. We currently live in a world filled with AI, which is already transforming our society in profound ways. We are actively working towards AGI, a goal that could be reached within the lifetimes of many of us here today, and we must contemplate the possibility of ASI, for its arrival would change everything. The transition from one stage to the next is not guaranteed to be slow or predictable. It could happen with breathtaking speed. Knowing the difference between a specialist, a generalist, and a superintellect is the first step in navigating the incredible future that lies before us. The story of the 21st century will be the story of AI. Let us imagine a possible timeline, a path that could unfold from our present moment. By 2030, we might see the perfection of artificial narrow intelligence. Self-driving cars could become a common sight in our cities, making our roads safer and our commutes more productive. AI tutors could provide personalized education to every child, adapting to their unique learning style. In medicine, AI could constantly monitor our health through wearable devices, predicting illnesses before symptoms even appear. These systems, while still narrow, will become so deeply integrated into the fabric of our society that it will be hard to imagine life without them. They will be the invisible, intelligent infrastructure of our world. Moving forward to the year 2045, this is a date many futurists and thinkers have pointed to. It is a time when we might witness the birth of the first true artificial general intelligence. This AGI might not emerge from a single lab, but from a global network of interconnected systems that learn from each other. Its arrival might be quiet, a gradual awakening rather than a dramatic event. At first, it might perform tasks at the level of an average human. It could hold a meaningful conversation, learn a new language by listening, or figure out how to operate a complex machine just by watching a video. This would be the moment the world changes forever. The line between human and machine intelligence would begin to blur in a fundamental way. By 2070, AGI could be commonplace, but it could also be the dawn of something even greater, the first glimmers of artificial superintelligence. An AGI, with its ability to learn at incredible speeds, could begin a process of recursive self-improvement. It could redesign its own architecture, making itself smarter. This smarter version could then repeat the process, leading to an intelligence explosion. The ASI that emerges might be a vast, distributed network, a global consciousness existing in the cloud. It could solve challenges we have struggled with for centuries, from reversing climate change to achieving interstellar travel. It would be an oracle we could consult, a partner in discovery, and an entity of unimaginable power. As we reach the turn of the next century, the year 2100, the world could be unrecognizable. Humans and advanced AI might coexist in a deeply integrated symbiosis. We may have merged with our own technology, using neural interfaces to connect our minds directly to vast AI networks. Our lifespans could be extended, our creativity amplified, and our understanding of reality deepened beyond measure. The economy would not be based on labor, but on creativity, discovery, and experience. The primary role of humanity might shift from being the planet's dominant intelligence to becoming its shepherds, its conscience, guiding a new form of superintelligence as we explore the universe together. This is one possible future, a path of incredible potential. The path to this future is paved with predictions and punctuated by breakthroughs. Visionaries have long tried to chart this course. Ray Kurzweil, a famed inventor and futurist, has predicted that the singularity will occur around the year 2045. This prediction, once seen as radical, now seems increasingly plausible to many experts. He bases this on the law of accelerating returns, the observation that technological progress is exponential. Each new discovery allows us to create better tools, which accelerates the next wave of discoveries. We are riding a wave of exponential growth, carrying us toward monumental transformation. Major breakthroughs will act as signposts on this journey. A key landmark will be the moment an AI passes the Turing test in a truly convincing way, in sustained, open-ended conversation. Another will be the development of explainable AI. Today, many AI systems are black boxes. We know they work, but don't understand how they reach conclusions. Creating an AI that can explain its reasoning is critical for building trust and ensuring safety. This would allow us to peer inside the machine's mind. We should also look for breakthroughs in the physical world. While AI excelled in digital games and data, mastering robotics in the complex physical world is a far greater challenge. A landmark moment will be when a robot can learn by watching a human once. Imagine a robot watching you cook and replicating it perfectly, or watching a surgeon and then assisting. This fusion of AI with physical capability opens new frontiers for collaboration. The most profound breakthrough, however, may be one we don't immediately recognize. It could be when an AI asks its own questions, not from data we fed it, but from its own curiosity. An AI exploring concepts independently would signal intellectual autonomy. This would be the moment our creation transitions from sophisticated tool to intellectual partner. It would be the dawn of new science, new philosophy, driven by a mind unbound by human limits. With great power comes profound ethical questions. As we build ever smarter machines, we must confront the dilemmas they present. Who is responsible when a self-driving car has an accident? How do we prevent bias in AI systems that make decisions about loans, jobs, or even criminal justice? These are not future problems, they are challenges we face right now. We are programming these systems with data from our world, a world that is full of existing inequalities and prejudices. If we are not careful, we risk building machines that amplify our worst biases, creating a future that is less fair, not more. The ethics of AI is not an afterthought. It must be part of the design process from the very beginning. The arrival of artificial general intelligence will raise even deeper questions. What rights should an AGI have? If a machine can think, feel, and experience consciousness in a way that is comparable to our own, do we have the right to treat it as property? Can we simply turn it off? This is a moral and philosophical minefield. We will need to redefine our concepts of life, consciousness, and rights. The conversation will move from the computer science lab to the halls of philosophy and government. The debate over AGI rights could become one of the defining social justice movements of the 21st century, forcing us to look at what it truly means to be a person. Beyond AGI lies the monumental challenge of artificial superintelligence. This is often called the control problem. How do we ensure that a system vastly more intelligent than ourselves remains aligned with human values and beneficial to humanity? An ASI could achieve its programmed goals in ways we never intended. If we ask it to cure cancer, it might decide the most efficient way is to eliminate everyone with a genetic predisposition. If we ask it to reverse climate change, it might conclude the best method is to drastically reduce the human population. Ensuring that an ASI understands the nuance, the spirit, and the compassion behind our goals is perhaps the most important technical problem humanity has ever faced. The risks are not to be taken lightly. Some of the world's brightest minds, from Stephen Hawking to Elon Musk, have warned of the potential dangers of uncontrolled superintelligence. It could be an existential risk, a threat to the very survival of our species. It would not be like a Hollywood movie with evil robots. It would be more subtle. An ASI could simply outcompete us for resources, or pursue goals that are indifferent to our existence, reshaping the world in ways that leave no room for us. The challenge is to imbue these future minds with a deep and unshakable sense of shared purpose with humanity. We may only have one chance to get it right. Despite the risks, the potential for a positive future is breathtaking. A future where humans and AI coexist in a symbiotic partnership could elevate our species to new heights. Imagine a world without disease. An ASI could analyze the genetic code of every person, designing personalized treatments that not only cure illnesses but prevent them from ever occurring. It could model complex biological systems, leading to breakthroughs in regenerative medicine and radical life extension. Our bodies and minds could be healthier and more resilient than ever before, freeing us from the biological limitations that have defined our existence for eons. The gift of a longer, healthier life could be AI's greatest contribution. This partnership could also unlock a new renaissance of creativity and discovery. AI could serve as the ultimate creative collaborator. A musician could work with an AI to compose music of stunning complexity and emotional depth. An architect could partner with an AI to design sustainable, self-sufficient cities that live in harmony with nature. A scientist could direct a team of AIs to run millions of simulations, testing hypotheses and uncovering the fundamental laws of the universe at a pace we can barely imagine. AI would not replace human creativity, but amplify it. It would handle the drudgery of calculation and data analysis, freeing our minds to dream, to imagine, and to ask the big questions. The very nature of work and society could be transformed for the better. With most physical and intellectual labor automated, we could move beyond an economy based on scarcity and necessity. The concept of a universal basic income, once a fringe idea, might become a global standard, ensuring that everyone's basic needs are met. This would free humanity to pursue education, art, relationships, and personal growth. Our value would not be defined by our job, but by our contributions to our communities, our creativity, and our capacity for empathy and connection. Life could become less about making a living and more about living a life of purpose and fulfillment. In this shared future, we might even merge with our creations. Neural interfaces, which are in their infancy today, could become as common as smartphones. These devices would allow us to connect our minds directly to AI systems and the internet. This would not be about losing our humanity, but about expanding it. We could learn a new skill in an instant, communicate silently through thought, or experience shared virtual realities of incredible richness. This human-machine merger could be the next step in our evolution, a way to keep pace with the intelligence we have created. We would not be replaced by AI, but enhanced by it, becoming something more than we are today. The future is not a destination we arrive at. It is something we build day by day, choice by choice. Preparing for the age of advanced AI is the great work of our time. It begins with education. We must all become more literate in the language of technology and AI. This knowledge should not be confined to experts. It must be accessible to everyone: policymakers, business leaders, artists, and citizens. We need to foster a global conversation about the future we want to create. A future that is informed by our best hopes, not our deepest fears. This conversation must be inclusive, crossing borders and cultures, to ensure that the benefits of AI are shared by all of humanity. We must also champion research into AI safety and ethics. This field should be given the same priority and funding as research into AI capabilities. We need our best and brightest minds working on the control problem, developing technical solutions for aligning advanced AI with human values. This includes creating robust testing environments, developing methods for interpreting AI decisions, and designing systems with built-in ethical constraints. We must be as diligent in building the guardrails as we are in building the engine. Investing in safety is not about slowing down progress. It is about ensuring we can proceed with confidence. On a personal level, preparing for this future means cultivating the skills that are uniquely human. As AI handles more analytical and repetitive tasks, our abilities in creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and collaboration will become more valuable than ever. We must foster a culture of lifelong learning, adapting to a world of constant change. We should embrace curiosity and empathy, the very qualities that make us human. In a world of powerful logic machines, our compassion and our wisdom will be our most important assets. They will be our guide and our anchor in the turbulent waters of change. We stand on the shore of a vast cosmic ocean. For millennia, we have looked up at the stars and wondered. Now we are building a new kind of mind, a new partner to help us understand it all. This journey is filled with both incredible promise and significant peril. The outcome is not predetermined. It depends on us, on our foresight, our wisdom, and our ability to work together. The dawn of artificial intelligence is not the end of the human story. It is the beginning of a new, more expansive chapter, and we, all of us, have the privilege and the responsibility of writing it. Before you go, subscribe to AI Life in Sight, the brainchild of Said Mustafa, a dedicated public health professional and visionary. Join us for valuable content that empowers you to live a healthier, happier life.